is something we need. It's a leap of faith. Oh, if you have the will and the moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
Today we are parking at the Pineapple near Falkirk. We will walk to Elphinstone Tower and over to the historic village of Dunmore, before tracing along the edge of the River Forth and back via Dunmore House and the Pineapple. The Elphinstone Tower dates to the early 16th century and was built by Sir John Elphinstone as the seat of the barony of Elphinstone. The 4th Lord Elphinstone added a gallery and a new hall before his death in 1638. In 1754, John Murray, son of the 3rd Earl of Dunmore, purchased the estate, and 2 years later he inherited the earldom. He then renamed the estate Dunmore after his title. The Murray family left Dunmore in 1911, and this was the start of decades of decay. St Andrew's Church was demolished in the early 1960s, and the northwest angle of the tower collapsed after a storm in 1968. Dunmore village began life as Elphinstone Pans, the name Elphinstone coming from the estate to which it belonged. Salt extraction was carried out here but ceased in the 1760s, as rising production costs made it no longer viable to continue. While still known as Elphinstone, Dunmore was the scene of fighting during the Jacobite Rebellion in 1746, when the Jacobite forces opened fire from a battery, which had been set up in Elphinstone, upon the government forces who were sailing up the river, attempting to land at Alloa. Dunmore originally consisted of run-down cottages for workers employed at the salt pans, and for local miners and fishermen. In the mid-1800s, Catherine Herbert, widow of the 6th Earl of Dunmore, decided that the workers deserved better. She had the original cottages replaced with the new housing set around a traditional English-style village green, and in the years that followed, a school and a smithy were added, most of the work being completed by 1890. The well, with its ornate canopy, was built at the same time when the village underwent vast improvements to its housing and living standards. The fountain itself was brought from London and set up in a position in which it still stands today. A school was also provided as part of the improvements, and its date of completion and the cipher of Catherine Herbert are inscribed upon the front of the building. Salmon fishing was at one time a thriving industry at Dunmore, with the harbour providing a safe mooring for the boats. The harbour was used by the ferry boats, which made regular stops here, and by those used to transport the coal and sandstone taken from the estate and delivering goods for local use. Today, when most fruits can be easily obtained, it's hard to imagine the excitement created by the first appearance of an exotic fruit such as a pineapple. It is believed that pineapples were first discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1493 on the Caribbean island of Guadeloupe. One of the crew described them as being shaped like a pine cone, but twice the size and with excellent fruit, giving rise to the English name pineapple. When Columbus returned to Europe and presented the fruit to the monarchy, it caused an instant sensation. As pineapples were not native to Europe, they became a luxury of royalty or the well-connected. The pineapple became a symbol of wealth, status and power. As sea travel became more common, some wealthy travellers would place a pineapple on top of their gatepost to tell neighbours that they had returned and were receiving guests. The pineapple was adopted by artists, craftsmen and architects, appearing on gateposts, railings, interiors, and even as a centrepiece at dinner tables. The pineapple at Dunmore has always amazed and awed visitors. Both strange and beautiful, it seems to grow upwards. The pineapple was commissioned by John Murray, the 4th Earl of Dunmore, in 1761, but his reason is unknown. One theory is that it was an extravagant gift for his wife, at a time when building wondrous garden structures were fashionable among the nobility. The pineapple would have been an impressive summer house. Another theory is that it was built after the Earl returned from Virginia, where he had been governor for 7 years, and where pineapples were traditionally put on gateposts as a sign of welcome. Whatever the reason, the pineapple remains an impressive, iconic building, hinting at an exotic past.